This is a tutorial on how to read the schedule. You'll see your name, you'll see the semester, you'll see the date that I've worked on your schedule, you'll have your S number, and then the date that you can enroll. So here we have the enrollment date, in this case is 3/31/25. So at midnight, you can go on and enroll. The next thing we have here are the semester lines. So in this particular case, it's fall 2025 that we're working on. Then we have spring 2026. And then we have summer 2025, or sometimes I'll put 26 depending on what it is. You've probably already enrolled for summer 2025 in the fall, but if not, you can still do that now. The next thing is the class lines. This is the class that I'm suggesting that you take. So, for instance, KINE 103, GB 321, GB 301, etc. And you'll see that for the fall, you'll see that for the spring, and you'll see that listed for the summer. The CRN line online here will show if that class is offered online. So for instance, here we see that all the classes are offered online. And actually, we have two different that are offered on here. Now, what this does is this will give you the available CRN numbers that you can enroll. If you look at the CRN F2F, this is an on-campus class, and you'll see the CRNs listed here. For instance, if I double list on the face-to-face CRN, two different ones, like for instance 8836, I will put down what the date and the times are. So, for instance, in 350 here, we have two different on-ground CRNs, 36 and 37. And so 36 is on the top line, 37 is on the bottom line here. So you have two options. And so you can take a look at your schedule here. And if you take a look here, you'd go, well, this doesn't seem too bad. I can take a class at 8, 9, and 10 on my schedule here. Plus, I can take a couple online, etc., that type of thing. If you see a line that runs through here, either on F2F or online, that means that it is either closed or not available. The other piece we have here is if there is multiple that's in the box, any of the boxes, then that means there are many, many choices, and you should go look at that to see what will fit your schedule. And then we take a look down here. Of course, we don't know what we have for the next few semesters, but generally I will at least list out your next two semesters. So that way you can see that I suggest you take these classes so you can take these classes. If you see an asterisk, like for instance FIN 350, and then down here you have MGT 452, what that means is that that is either a prerequisite class, so FIN 350 happens to be a prerequisite for management 452. So you have to take this before you can take that. Okay? And if you see other asterisk, you'll take a look at it and go, I may have a double asterisk and give you a different explanation, but typically that means that if I put a asterisk on it, that class needs to be taking that semester before you take the next class. And so that's what you'll see when you see the asterisk. Those are important because they're requirements for you to do that. If you take a look at the notes down here, this is where I'm going to list things that you need to consider. For instance, if you're showing an enrollment hold or you need to take the Missouri Civics exam. So, for instance, here in this particular one, if the student wanted to graduate in May 2026, they'd have to take additional hours in fall and spring to avoid the summer classes or take summer classes or they could graduate in 2026 or fall 2026. So most of the time I'll go through and take a look and I'll try to figure out when's the soonest you can graduate, and that's how I'll set your schedule up. So that's what we do here. And then just real briefly, if you see a note here that says you have a hold, come down here and you can see where it will say, like for instance, in this case, hold, there's no enrollment holds. So what that means is that on the day that you can actually enroll, which in this case is 3/31/25, then you on 3/31/25, you can go ahead and roll. You can pick the classes you want out of this, and you can enter them in, and you're going to be ready to go. So that's just a quick tutorial on how to read one of these. It's important to understand that this is just an example. And so if I'm fall 2026 or spring 2026 in the future, then don't worry about this. I just want you to understand how the schedule's set up, how you can read it, and how to use it. This won't be the same for every semester.